that same situation you've been complaining about and
one
with it.
Yeah, me. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, team.
Happy Tuesday on this rainy, coldy
shit-house day.
Yes, definitely. Grab your coffee, flick the kettle on, tell your workmate you've got your headphones in and you're listening to the banter. Who's on? Who's going to be first on?
Channel. I know Chantal watches.
I got your morning coffee. Thanks for my morning coffee, bro. Chuck, are you back, sissy? You back? Can't wait to see you this morning.
Yes, Faith. We just spoke about you.
Yes. Good morning, Faith. I thought you were going to be here this morning, bub.
She did really well actually this morning.
Poor you. You have to go to uni in the rain. But that's what it is. Morning, Channel. Morning, fam.
Actually, Channel and Faith did amazing this morning. They did very, very well in this
Lift?
morning. Yeah, they
what
did
was
very
lift
well.
this morning?
They did 8x3 back squats, and with some goblet squats, and then did a really long workout. And then Fifi's on. I haven't seen Fifi for ages. I forgot what she looks like. Is she Indian?
No, she's a babe. I have a question for you today. What is that question, sis? Before we head into our morning banter.
That's better not be what we talked about.
Is this a question for me?
We talked about gum.
What?
Go on, say it.
Sharing it?
No.
What?
So, go on, Channel, write it, and then I'll explain to Auntie Mo what it is.
Tell me about it. Faith enjoyed this morning's workout.
Yeah, she did awesome. Actually, her and Rochelle, if we could find a payers workout for those two, would dominate.
Yeah.
They are unbelievable together. Yeah. They work really well and very synergistic.
Paul's back squats. Legs. Come on, Channel, I'm waiting for this question. Yeah. We're going to say, hope everyone's warm, tucked in their office, in their car.
I did not want to get out because I heard the rain this morning. I was like, get out of bed.
It was very hard. I was supposed to come to lift this morning, snooze my alarm. I was supposed to see, I was like, I'll make talk. Didn't even make talk. I was like, oh, no. But
talk was a goodie as well. I thought we had a good one. Do you swallow or spit out your gum when you're done?
All day.
So she swallows all the time.
Channel.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But But do you know what she said? She goes, Chief, you should ask, do you spit or swallow?
I'm a homo, Channel. I don't do either. But damn, you swallow your gum? That can't be good for you.
Yeah, she swallows it. And she's like, I just do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does anyone else do that? Is anyone else?
Amber said she does.
What?
I know. I expected that from you, Channel, but I didn't expect that from Amber.
I don't get it.
She said she sometimes does.
What
Not all the time, sometimes.
Oh my God. Morena, Auntie. Hope you don't swallow your gum.
Hey, Auntie, I just heard that you're coming down to Nationals.
Is she?
Yeah. Didn't know that until I spoke to Aisha last night. I didn't know you actually were coming down. So
is she competing?
No, I think they're coming down to watch.
For a road trip. Yeah.
So you had to bring it to Wairere down. So
yeah, that's gonna be mean.
Your body can't digest gum. Is that true? Is that an old wives' tale? Is that like actually true that it's like 7 years stuck in your gut? Or is that just bullshit?
It's like the same rule when they say you're gonna get in trouble from the police if you drive around with the thingy light on in your car. You know the
yeah. Do you get in trouble?
No, I've always been told that if you drive around with your car and the thingy light on, what is it called?
The internal light.
Yeah, internal light on, that you can get a ticket for it. But you don't. It's not a law.
Yeah, like
it's not. Yeah,
but like, it does that. You know, people have told me, "Oh, don't swallow your gum; it's going to sit inside your gut for 7 years." Is that true?
Because, the 7 years.
Because the acid and your stomach acid is really powerful. Like that shit will burn through stuff. So would that not burn through gum?
Yeah,
I know. Danae's here.
Your body can't digest it, but the gum doesn't stay in your stomach. It moves relatively intact through your digestive system.
Oh,
so you've probably got like a snake full of gum in your intestines.
No wonder you get bowel issues. You got gum blocking the pipes.
It's not good. It's like eating a rubber band. Yep, Doc can tell us, that can confirm that, but Google just confirmed that. Danae just told us.
Yeah.
I just can't get over that. That blows my mind. Like, you know, when we're like in a hard out workout and usually I'll chew gum, it sometimes disintegrates in my mouth because I don't know, like the saliva's got gains. Nah.
It's just Channel, don't do that again.
Absolutely not.
Please don't do that.
Jesus.
But yeah, so that was
Your morning combo this morning,
the
eh?
morning combo. And actually, I had another great morning conversation this morning with Brendan, right? So Shayla yesterday had a bit of a twisted back, so she had like she's got a bit of a curvature in the spine, and she's getting some nerve issues. So the best way that I can, when people say, "Oh, I pinched my nerve in my back, I don't know what it's from,"
Yeah.
this is the best way that I can describe it. If you can imagine your spine, right, as a perfectly straight, a lot of plumbing pipes that run down, and in those plumbing pipes are all these nerves. And if it's perfectly straight, water's going to flow through it, right? That's your neurological signals running through to your body, going to your muscles. Now, if at one point there's a kink in that, right, like a little blockage or a little sort of too much gum is in those pipes, right, and it causes like a little bit of a blockage, that's inflammation. And that inflammation is the same with the neurological signal. The neurological signal cannot pass as quickly as it would like to, and it creates that kind of I feel like I'm a little bit out.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the pinched nerve sensation. So that was my little analogy today.
Oh, man. Doc's just put up, I think it comes out, but because it doesn't get broken down or could get stuck, especially if there are other things causing
narrowing.
What does that mean?
That's like, say, if you get irritable bowel syndrome, say, if you're gluten intolerant, those types of things, anything that causes gut irritation, if you eat too much quinoa, Auntie Anna, all those things.
I reckon we should bring old Doc in for some doctor questions on one morning for the banter. If anyone's got any doctor questions,
yes,
that'll be out the gate, or not out the gate, but
and then we can bring Danae on and ask about teeth questions.
Yes,
because she's a dentist.
That is awesome.
She's actually studying at the moment, looking at teeth. A bit weird, but there you go.
So, man, I'm buzzed out that people swallow their gum.
Yeah.
Anyways,
my surprise is actually you, channel, but there you go. I
wanted to touch on this morning while we're at it, like with all the competition stuff that's going on, and I said to the bro, what are we going to talk about this morning? And I was like, I reckon we should talk about what do we do when we're not feeling motivated, and what did I say to you? Yeah, well,
what do you do?
Where do you go, or how do you know you're not feeling motivated?
Oh, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
So the best way that I can describe non-motivation for me is that when I sit down, I don't instantly start doing something. If I sit down and I just sit back, I'm going to be in a world of trouble, because then that's going to cascade. So I've got a few things that I go to when it comes to motivation, in terms of maybe trying to amp myself up or to kind of get me back on the path. One of them is as I Googled a guy, and his name is Eric Thomas. So if you don't know who Eric Thomas is, he is this African-American motivational speaker in the States. He must be almost 50 or slightly over.
Yeah.
Started from the bottom, worked his way up, and he is like ghetto when it's motivational speaking. But he talks to Fortune 500 companies, and he just comes at it from a different angle. And he comes from he calls it like the dog mentality.
Yeah.
And then he goes, one of the posts I saw the other day, he goes, I love it when I go up against a guy who has it all, who has all the money, who has everything in it. Because the first thing I ask is he a dog? Does he have that dog mentality where he's just going to go continuous and just persevere and just be super resilient? Because they have all the money, what they'll do is they'll just farm it out to other people and they'll go get the job done. But I'll get it all done. Yeah. And he's literally he's an animal. Like people like LeBron James and that use him. Yeah. Like he's epic. So I listen to a lot of his stuff. I just sent Faith one yesterday, and this is a quote that he sent through, which is awesome. And this is probably resonates for a lot of our guys at the moment. Someone took that same situation you've been complaining about and won with it. Yeah,
that's gangster.
So that's
the real talk. That's that's to the end stuff.
Yeah, he's like, you bitched about this. Yeah, well, someone else could bitch about it, but they turned that into a strength.
Yeah. How do we like, going on top of it? Because for me, when I'm feeling unmotivated, I'm not creative. I've got a blockage, and so for me, bringing awareness to that. Do you all know when you're aware when you're not feeling motivated, or is it not until you hit the rock bottom part and you're like, oh, actually, it's because I'm not motivated? But just going off that. So for me, awareness and being aware that I'm not motivated, and then going back to my core values and going back to the things that, peeling it all back and going, oh, what means the most to me, or who am I? Just having those real conversations, those are the ones that get me back on track. And like I said, the weekend that I just had was a reset, and it took for me not to be on the banter Thursday, Friday to realize, oh, fuck, I need a reset. And grateful that I can bring that awareness to myself. But most importantly, I think I just want to open up the discussion of how do we bring awareness to all of us as ourselves to be motivated. We can't be motivated all the time, right?
No, it's super hard.
That's too hard, right?
Well, it's not that it's too hard, but it's hard to stay on point the whole time. And I think what Mo did in the weekend is very similar to what I do.
Yeah.
When I'm starting to get like burnout, it's probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Is that I go up and see Auntie Anna and the sisters up north.
Yeah.
And, you know, as soon as I crest the Brindurwins and I see the hen and chicks and I see Whangarei heads.
Yeah.
And like, for me, that's the start of home. And then I traverse up Toi Toi Road and I go down to the homestead and
it's that weight, hey?
Yeah, and it's like literally feels like a figurative weight's coming off my shoulders. And then, you know, I go around there and they treat me like trash and, you know, they yell at me and, you know, make fun of me and all the rest of it. But that's kind of what I need. And then I can wake up in the morning and I can see Limestone Island and I can see, you know, going out towards the heads in the ocean. And like, for me, that's my zen. That's my peace.
Yeah, hard.
I don't do it as often as I probably should. But that for me, that's my reset. So if I need to get away,
it's that. No, and I can't emphasize enough how important it is to be aware of those things. Like, you don't want to get to the burnout part and then you're like, why is my training shit? Yeah. Why is work shit? Why is my study shit? It's just bringing an awareness of, because I know we've been touching it on over the last couple of weeks about not putting too much in one basket and, you know, being able to spread yourself out across all those things. Channel just put, when I make excuses over and over without accepting that I just don't want to do it, and that taking a break is okay. Yeah, yes, 100%. Absolutely. Yeah. Like, I think that excuses one, I think that rode me out for like a week, and then I was making up excuses, and then it hit me, and I was like, oh God, I wish I stopped making those excuses a week ago, so then I could get to that point where I'm like, oh, okay. But then I wouldn't have known that had I not brought awareness when I was at that point. But absolutely. Nick almost hit burnout a few weeks back. Bro, it's been a big couple of months for you.
Yeah.
You've just traveled the whole of the South Island. Yeah. You know? And
that's the other is that when you are acutely aware that you're looking at burning out, then you know what fail safe measures you need to bring into it to be able to interdict that, right? And that sometimes for a lot of our junior people, they're still learning what that is. You know, so, you know, little Faith went out and got hammered on the weekend. She punched over a dude.
What?
Yeah, she knocked out some dude. So there you go. So there's Faith. That's her. She got pissed. But that's kind of good. You're 18. You should be going to do that. Yeah. You know, we really practice. We tell our guys a lot.
Live your life.
Live your life. Like this isn't the be all and end all of life.
Yeah.
What we're doing in here.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, you still got to go out and enjoy things. Get out in the hills and hike. Get out with your friends and enjoy social gatherings. Don't necessarily think too much about your food. Enjoy going out to dinner and think about, fuck, I got to log this, or I can't drink this, or I can't drink that. And it's all about moderation. So, you know, if you want to blow out, have a blowout. I tell you what, next weekend at Tribal Wars
will be a blowout.
I'm going to get nasty.
Get your bottle of...
Get my little bottle of red.
Yeah. So just wanted to touch on that just because I think those are the open discussions that we should be having on the daily. And I know we do. Like, this is why the banter's here. This is the real talk, right?
Yeah.
And
it's been super honest with yourself, and it's coming up. Like, I think I had a big chat. You know, Faith had a bit of a meltdown yesterday, and it wasn't a bad one, but it just felt like she was really overwhelmed. And we kind of talked a little bit about, you know, taking ownership of what's going on, and it's not a bad thing. Like, if you're gonna have shitty days or shitty weeks of training, and
accept it,
But I think after having that chat yesterday with her, you can see the execution of what she did was she took all the pressure off herself and worked really well. So, you know, still a pain in the ass, but
definitely. It's just accepting those days, and it's all good.
Yeah,
it is all good.
It is okay to have a bad week.
Look at this weather.
Yeah,
I want it to be sunny, but it's okay that it's raining.
Yeah, 100%.
Jesus,
how much would I have to pay you you to do a naked streak down the road? I know, 100 meters down, 100 meters back, naked streak. How much?
An all-paid trip to Queenstown with a helicopter trip over the mountains, Old Arcade, a VIP session at Onsen Spa. What else? What else? maybe like a little airplane through the Milford Sounds, and then I'll do a naked run while I'm in Queenstown too. What do you mean, like this street here?
Like say go from 808 onto the footpath, down to the bus stop,
and
turn around, come back, naked, butt naked, middle of the day.
Ooh.
Middle of the day on, and
I'd have to run with my arms up.
Arms up, so they'll
Pits
are out, and it had to be a weekday, so it can't be a weekend when no one's here.
I'd love it to be like peak hour traffic, just to see the reactions.
I wonder if you get arrested.
How?
I don't know.
What would the police do?
Well, indecent exposure in public place.
Really?
Yeah, that's what being naked is in public.
Is that a law?
Yeah, it's a law. Is that a law? I'm sure that's the reason why people get done for streaking.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was just because it was like illegal to go into the rugby pitch.
We'll ask our cops that come in tonight.
I did not know that being naked was illegal.
Yeah.
What, in a public area?
Yeah, I'm sure you're not allowed to be naked in a public. Hey, Danae, you're not allowed to be naked in a public area, right? It's against the law. I'm sure of it.
What about beaches?
No, but
you have nude beaches. I get that. Those are for the naked people.
I don't know.
But
Actually,
I mean,
that's a
like,
really good question. Definitely a law. Okay, so how did nudist beaches work?
Yeah, like, do they just choose that beach to be the selected?
Is there like an unwritten rule that that beach is a nudist beach and we won't, if they're there, that's fine? Is that how that works?
Have you been to a nudist beach?
There's that one just over here.
What, at Granny's Bay?
Yeah, but I've only run past it. I've never been there. I've never seen anyone naked there.
The one at Waiheke Island.
Oh, Palm Beach.
Yes, that one's like out the gate. But like, I was like, I did it, and I was like, I actually feel free. Like, I feel absolutely like all good. Like, and swimming in the water. No one's down that end of the beach because everyone's up that end of the beach. Imagine Romy seeing me there.
Funny story.
With the pits out.
Funny story about Palm Beach. When I was 14, I used to holiday with a guy called Tony Sharp. His family were next to mine. Would go over they would rent a place in Palm Beach on Waiheke Island, and we would be at the main part. But there's that cluster of rocks, and on the other side is the nudist part. And so we didn't know this like the first time we were there, and someone told us, it's a nudist beach. So we were like, fuck, bro, what we'll do is that we'll swim around the rock. So we snorkel. And I remember me and him both came up, and there is a lady stark is literally 5 meters in front of us, and we're like, this is awesome.
Imagine Chief coming up with a snorkel, wiping the goggles, like
per there, like, and it's just.
I'm surprised you didn't swallow any water.
Oh, I probably did, but fuck, that was funny. That was Palm Beach, man.
Yeah, and then there's another one out St. Heliers. There's like it's
around the corner, isn't it? Like you go around the
it's like
point.
it's like the flash part, and then you've got to go down these stairs.
There's one between Takapuna and Narrowneck as well.
Is there?
Yeah, halfway between at low tide, there's like a beach access apparently.
I want to know how they're made. Like, is there even like Long Bay? Then it's Granny's Bay over there. That's the beach.
Yeah.
How do they choose it? And isn't that discriminating that they can't have the big beach? Nah, jokes. I'm just trying to start an argument. Anyways, I did see, totally off the subject, I did see your team getting a new coach. Yeah,
Warriors got a new coach, Nathan Brown, and Phil Gould is coming in as an advisor.
I did see that.
So good things coming for the Warriors next year. Does that mean much? Not really.
Yeah.
Because we do need another big middle forward, and we need a good strike centre. And I actually think we need a better number 9 if Wade Egan doesn't kind of start becoming a bit more dynamic out of the hooker position.
Yeah.
And if we can get, is it Chris Hetherington? If he can stay with us, he's actually going back to Penrith because he's on loan to us.
Right.
But he's going up for like a 5-week skate for a head high, so we're going to lose him for 5 weeks.
Damn.
Yeah, he's like a really good middle forward. So I don't know where we'll go with.
Do you reckon they'll have Origin this year?
It's meant to be in November.
Really?
Yeah, the 3-game series. Yep.
And that's so late for league, eh?
Yeah, well, generally Origin will be on now. Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. Who are you, in New South Wales or Queensland?
I always change. When Queensland was in charge for when they won for 9 years in a row, I was boring. And that's when I lived in Queensland too. So it was just it was saturated. Everything was maroon. And I would just be that guy that was I want to be the complete opposite just because. Yeah. But then when Jared Hayne won that year that he won, I was genuinely stoked because I was that's cool because they worked for it. Imagine, because you would be the dominating, you're never gonna win, you're never gonna win.
100%. Oh, Maroon's hard.
Yeah, and then The comeback was good, but I feel like it's gotten boring. Like the Origin series has gotten boring.
Yeah, they are looking at trying to change it up, and they're looking at trying to see how they can then branch out to different markets. They tried it in the States.
Yeah.
In the 80s, it didn't work.
What about is it just not a thing to even bring New Zealand players in? Or I don't like the law that if you play Origin, you can't play for your country. That's bullshit.
No. So the rule is that with Origin is that you base your state off where you played your first game of rugby league.
Yeah.
So if you're born in New South Wales but you played in Brisbane or something for your first game, for Brisbane under fives, whatever, then your state would be that. That's right. That's where it goes. If you are an Origin player, you can play for Australia, but you cannot play for another Tier 1 nation. But I think there's now an exemption that you can play for a Tier 2 nation. So, for example,
like the islands,
you could be you could be the halfback for New South Wales of Samoan origin, and then you could play for Samoa. But only I think that's the rule that they're trying to implement, so that Tier 2 nations could then get some quality players. Because at the point,
true,
things like Ben Teo and that, who have some Samoan heritage, couldn't go play for them.
Yeah, and I mean, I remember, is it Kalen Ponga? Oh no, he plays for Queensland, eh?
Yeah, so he's a Queensland player, plays for Australia, but in the Indigenous round or Indigenous,
he played for the All Stars.
He plays for the Māori
team.
Yeah, Māori team.
So he was it was a different.
Yeah, difference because you're playing for your ethnicity. So
that's
he's part Māori, and then Dylan Walker's part Māori.
But that didn't interrupt his Australian jumper.
No, not at all.
Yeah, see,
and I love that.
I used to league used to be my jam, but I think it's just gotten boring over the years because of all the politics.
Yeah, it is. I think the games have been really good lately.
Yeah, I was just going to say, how was the season chucking off?
The games are looking really good. The new rules, I think, are awesome. I think they like the new one ref rule. So, and then they've got instead of having heaps of penalties, they've just got the new set of 6. So they've tidied that up area a little bit. So the game's definitely faster, brings more fatigue in. Yeah, the hits are awesome. Yes, I'd love
any standout players in any teams this year besides your team. Who?
Definitely Harry Grant from the Tigers, the new number 9 there, the hooker. He's going to be a player of the future. Yeah. Who else? I really like Brian Kelly, the centre for Gold Coast. He's a really dynamic player. What's another one? The Hectic Cheese, old Brandon Smith. Yeah. He's awesome. Yeah. I really like him at the moment. Pappenhausen, another one. Out of the Warriors, I would say not any of them.
Bring back the buffet.
Not bring back the buffet.
Yeah. That was nice. Even when Ruben was playing, that was when the goods was on.
He could punch the shit out of someone as well.
Jesus. I love a little sport chat. Yeah. Have you got a quote?
Yeah, get the quote book out. Other than that, it's business as usual.
Business as usual. What are we feeling?
You want a long one or a short one?
I think
I'm just going through all of Faith's penalties. Wow.
Oh, no, Faith. We're going to need one of those big computers, calculators to calculate your punishment.
Yeah, it's going to take me a while, I think.
Let's end. It's the last page of the book, actually. We must be nearly there. Page 154. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life.
100% accurate.
That is Tuesday Banter for you. Done. Stay warm, stay safe, stay dry. Don't swallow your gum.
Don't swallow your gum.
And have a good day.
Adios, team.
That's